So, here with
Luke Garrett.
All right, so tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do? Like, if you go to school, what?
So yeah, I'm Luke Garrett. I'm a Speedcuber, and I go to college right now. I'm at Ball State University in Indiana, and today we're in Rhode Island for the Cubing USA All-Stars 2025.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. So this is day 2. First day was a lot of fun. I got a 6x6 podium, which was very unexpected. But you know, I was happy with it anyway.
So how do you feel about that? Because you seem quite surprised by it.
Yeah, I felt really good about it. So basically my goal for this competition was just to get a podium in anything. And 6x6 was probably like the 5th event I expected to get a podium in.
So what do you expect for the podium?
So the events that I'm most likely to podium in, I guess, are probably one-handed, 3x3, maybe 2x2, 4x4. And then 6x6 is probably the next one on my list I was thinking of.
Well, knock that out.
So I missed 2x2 and 4x4 yesterday, but you know, that's all right. The 6x6 was very unexpected, but you know, I was happy to get it.
I know Kevin was like, no, what happened? You were like running up there.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was very happy with that.
What's your favorite event?
3x3. Yeah, the classic.
Okay, well, I didn't know if it was one-handed because you smoke in one hand.
Yeah, it's weird. I've never really practiced it like that, like heavily. Like 3x3 has always been my go-to. One-handed was kind of just like a transfer of being good at 3x3 made me good at one-handed. So it's kind of surprising to me that I'm as good at one-handed as I am because it's never really been my focus, I guess.
Okay. And I do have more follow-up questions on one-handed because that's my favorite event.
Yeah,
I
for
want
sure.
to tap in and talk to you more about that later on.
Yeah.
Question, what's the best piece of advice you've gotten regarding cubing? We know, you're really, really good at cubing already, but what, especially when you started out, maybe in your intermediate phase, what's an advice someone gave you that really made something click?
Right. I'd say just try and have fun, and it's kind of a cliche. It's, you know, like obviously you want to do well with your results, but it's like
they're messing with the light.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say the best piece of advice is just, you know, have fun, because you know it is a competition, of course, but you really are just going against yourself. And once you go to so many competitions as I do, you become pretty good friends with all the people that you're competing against, and it's, you know, it's more of a, you just want to have a good time, basically. You know, that's all you need to focus on. Yeah.
Shoot. It's hard though, because you're going to a place where it's inherently competitive.
Yeah.
And you're trying to have fun, but you're saying,
yeah,
I'm there to do either beat my time or to beat someone. Of course, like podium or whatever.
Right.
So it's inherently competitive, but it doesn't really work unless you're having fun.
Yeah. So it's like, I guess a lot when I was younger, I would put so much pressure on myself to, you know, get a result or get a time or get a podium or something like that. And when I didn't get it, I would be really upset, you know. And I kind of got to the point where it was like, that happened enough times to where I was like, okay, I can't expect something. I can't expect the result I want to get, you know. You just kind of have to go and just have fun any way you can, because, you know, you're not always going to get the result. You can't let yourself get completely crushed by the bad result.
Good process of having fun leads to a good result.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and when you started out, you were probably on par with a lot of people. Let's say you started out beginner, then you go to intermediate, and now you're averaging like 20, then 10 seconds. What do you think changed that propelled you to be one of the greats?
I guess I was just very determined. So, and I guess I'm kind of a bit obsessive about stuff. So once I learned, I basically didn't put it down. Like, I would practice like hours and hours and hours. And I really did have the dream of just being one of the best.
So when you say practice, was that intentional focused practice, learning hours, or just solving?
Honestly, for me, it was just a lot of solving, which is kind of not the best advice to give people, because a lot of people will just do a bunch of solves and not really improve that much. But for me, somehow something just kind of clicked when I was a kid, and I would just do solves, and I just kind of kept improving. I don't know if it was not really something intentionally I did, I guess. I just kind of practiced, and somehow it worked out for me. Okay,
so what's something interesting that has happened to you as a result of cubing?
I guess interesting is, like, I've become a lot closer, I think, with my family and like my dad specifically. Not because I didn't have a good relationship with them before cubing, but my dad is the one who takes me to all my competitions. And it's a really nice way to get to spend some time with him, right? And he has a pretty busy job, so throughout the week, I don't really get to see him that much. And especially now at college, we're living separately. But sometimes on the weekends, he'll take me to a competition still, and it's really nice to be able to, have that time with him. Otherwise, that I might not have.
But that's something I really appreciate because so I'm from Nigeria.
Yeah,
My parents are in Nigeria. I went to school like different places, boarding schools in like different countries. So I really didn't get to see them much. And they never went to any competitions.
Right, yeah.
But then when I'd come to competitions, I'd see all of these kids with their parents and they're all so supportive. I'm like, I love that.
Yeah. And I'm very grateful because my parents have been so supportive throughout my whole cubing career. So I'm very grateful that my parents have given me these opportunities.
Perfect. Now, what are some transferable skills you see from cubing, or that you have gained from cubing?
I guess something like pressure, like dealing with pressure, dealing with nerves. I think I've gotten a lot better at that in other stuff. So I'd say, I go on these big stages to compete a lot of the time, and I'm definitely getting a lot better. Yeah, we're on one now. Yeah. I've definitely gotten a lot better dealing with the nerves and, being okay with like bad results and stuff and just handling myself. So when I have to, maybe in school or something, if I have to do like public speaking or, introduce myself to people, I'm not really as nervous. Presentations, stuff like that. It's not really that big of a deal to me, I guess. So I've definitely gotten a lot better at that kind of stuff.
Is there anything before we get into more specific questions, is there anything you want to mention that hasn't been talked about much that you feel like, oh, this is interesting, so not many people know this about me or whatever it is? Yeah,
I guess I'd just say, cubing has definitely been such a big part of my life. It's probably the biggest like constant positive part of my life. And it's really helped me through a lot of stuff in my life, and I'm very grateful for everything that cubing has to offer, all the friends I've made, all the competitions I've been to, all the opportunities I've had, this competition, everything it's awesome, and I'm really grateful for everyone in the community.
Perfect. Also, just actually, this isn't part of one of the questions I had planned, but you also, when you cut your finger.
Oh yeah.
And you were talking about, people come up to you and you're inherently like introverted and whatnot.
Yeah.
I noticed that that's a common theme. I think I'm introverted. I just do things that push me to be extroverted. Like I take photos of people, so I go up to random people and take their portraits. It makes me talk to people. If I don't have my camera, I wouldn't like earphones in. I ain't talking.
Yeah, that's me too.
So, what do you think do you think that's shifting because of cubing? Do you think, or is there other things, or do you prefer to be more reserved? Just a bit about you.
Yeah, so I guess I'd say I'm like a very introverted person. When I was a kid, I was like very, very, like I wouldn't talk to anybody. Like I was so introverted to the point where like I would get so anxious if I had to talk to people, or it would just be pretty bad. But going to competitions has definitely kind of helped me open up a little bit, I think. So like when I'm at competitions, it's a very extroverted environment for me. And it hasn't completely transferred to other parts of life, but I think it's definitely improved it.
Well, you did say it's helped you with like presentation skills and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's helping somewhere.
Yeah, it's definitely helping. Yeah. So it's definitely helped me a bit.
Okay, now into the specifics. You're one of the people that's an all-round cuber. All-round cuber. You do like all the main events. Comparing yourself to Dylan Miller, who I interviewed yesterday, who only pretty much does 3x3.
Right. Yeah.
What was your decision? Did you just fall in love with all of them and you like to do all of them? What was the decision?
Yeah, so I started, the first few years of my cubing career I basically was like Dylan. I pretty much only did 3x3, and that was the only event that I really liked. I wouldn't really give any of the other ones a chance at all. But eventually, around like COVID time, I had like so much time to practice that I just got interested in the other events. Okay. Yeah, so I just kind of gradually started picking up all the events at once, and I wasn't like the best at them, but I would just kind of keep practicing them. And then it came to a point where when I practice, I sort of just practice whatever event I feel like doing. I never really give myself much of like a concrete schedule or anything.
Okay.
But eventually that kind of just happened to be like 10 events. So like in a practice session, I would do like one event, another event, like switch over and over again. And then it really just led me to become, pretty all around. Like I kind of just fell in love with all the events. So I'm pretty happy that's just the way it worked out.
I think, do you think doing multiple events helps you as well with other events?
I think so. I think you put a lot less pressure on some events because, you have more chances, of course. Like if Dylan's competing, he pretty much only has the 3x3 to look forward to. For me, I've got a bit of a safety net in getting a good result at a competition.
Sorry, I was just trying to.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
To the next question. Oh my God, yes. I don't know if you remember, but I messaged you one time on my channel, on my account, and I asked you if you could coach me.
Oh yeah?
And you said, nah, bro.
Oh.
So what's the decision making behind that? You don't think you want to coach?
So it might be something I can do in the future, but for me, I guess it's like, I don't know. I don't really want I kind of like to keep cubing as just like a completely like fun sort of thing, like not like a job or something.
Yeah. I like that.
But I mean, I definitely could do coaching in the future, but probably more of like a part-time kind of side thing. Like I never really want cubing to be like my main like career, just because, you know, I want to keep it as fun as it can be. As you know, I want it to be a hobby. I don't want it to be something that I start to hate if it's something I'm depending on for my livelihood, you know?
The reason why I find that answer interesting is because people, like I take portraits, I take people,
Yeah.
I've taken grad photos of people, I've done, or I record,
Yeah.
and I make edits for people for their projects. They're like, you should do this professionally, or you should charge people. I said, I don't want to do that. Because
Yeah.
the moment I think I start doing that is the moment I think you'll be serious, not put and I'll fall out of love with it.
Right.
Out of love with it. And that's why I like your answers. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I want to do this because I don't want to fall out of love with it.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the process of cubing, when it's supposed to be a fun activity.
Yeah, I agree.
I like that answer. So, was it ever your intention? Because we talked about one-handed. It's my favorite event. But was it ever did you ever have it in plan or in mind or the world record average?
Yeah.
7.76 was it?
772. Yeah.
Talk about it.
So yeah, world record is something I've kind of chased forever in my cubing career, and I was pretty surprised to get it because for a long time the average record was about 8.6, and that was very in reach for a really long time. But every time I competed, I would just miss it barely or just couldn't quite get it.
Yeah.
And then before I got the world record average, it actually got beaten pretty heavily. Like it went down to I think 8.0 and then 7.9 by it was I think Sean Patrick Villanueva and then Nicholas Archer, two Rue solvers. So at that point, I was like, well, shoot, like it's pretty much out of reach now. I was like, maybe I could get the single or something. That's kind of still open, but I didn't really think I was gonna get it. And at that point, I was kind of aiming for NAR. So North American record was 8.6 still. So I was like, okay, maybe I could get like some sort of record, even if it's not world record. And then one competition, the stars just kind of aligned. I started really good and then just got better and better and better in the average, and then it was a dream come true. Yeah, it was
amazing.
Very unexpected,
I
but
love that.
it was crazy.
Cool. Okay, the next ones are kind of fun, which is why I asked you for the 3x3.
Yeah.
I want to do a race.
Okay.
So obviously, we are not at the same skill level. So we'll do a normal race.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna give you have to do it one-handed.
Okay.
And I'll do it two-handed.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
We can just do the same scramble.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Oh, no. Okay.
Okay. And then we'll just do a normal two-handed.
Okay. So I stopped it originally with like a couple moves left. So I think you beat me a little bit.
No, because I got a +2.
Oh, you did?
I was to get a +2, so I readjusted it and you beat me.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So one, I want you to critique, or just give me your honest reaction.
Yeah, for sure.
This is one I did. Just to,
Okay.
thoughts?
Pretty good. I like you're smooth when you turn. I like your turning. It's smooth. It's consistent. You know. Yeah. I will say, I think you could definitely work on your look ahead. And it's something that I don't know. When I try to give advice, it's kind of hard because it's like when I improved look ahead, it was sort of I just did a bunch of solves and it just kind of got better. I'll say you want to know how so when you're solving one F2O pair, you don't want to be looking at that F2O pair. You want to be looking for the next F2O pair.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. Yeah. And then
if I did, I would be faster, man.
Yeah, I guess it's something you got to consciously just try to do. But also, you want to know, so you want to have like a memorized solution for every F2O pair, and then you want to know how that solution affects other pieces on the cube, not just the ones that you're solving. So like,
I see.
so yeah, like a lot of the times I'm not specifically like looking ahead. I'm just kind of like if I solve this pair, I don't have to look, and I'm gonna solve this one next.
Okay.
I don't have to like track these pieces. I just know that this piece is gonna go there, like after I solve that, you know? So it's like, I'm not really looking, and then like this, like I know that like if I solve this like that, I'm not like tracking this piece everywhere it goes. I just know it's just gonna be here. Like, so it's kind of it's less of look ahead, more of kind of like prediction, I guess. But it's pretty hard to teach, you know? It's hard to say.
Fair enough. Okay. I think that's it. But I do have in the middle. So just how did you first start cubing?
So I saw a world record video. It was Lucas Etter's 4.90. So that's when I started around November 2015.
Okay.
So coming up on, it's about to be like 10 years of cubing, yeah. So yeah, it was Lucas Etter's 490 world record. And then I asked my parents, I was like, hey, can I get like a Rubik's Cube? I feel like this could be pretty cool if I could learn how to solve one. And then it was just an obsession from there. Yeah, for sure.
What's your personal best?
At home?
Yeah.
235. So yeah, when I got that, it was crazy.
Actually, I love one-handed. I need more one-handed videos from you.
Oh yeah.
You know how you did like that 256 average?
Yeah.
So I rerun that so much. But
Yeah.
if you could have that for 08.
Yeah, we'll see. I gotta record more at home because I just like.
You don't? Did you?
Yeah.
I thought you just recorded all yourself.
No, well, so for 3x3 I did that for a while because I wanted to get like a sub 3 single on camera.
Oh, got it.
But I finally got it, and now I'm just kind of like, I don't know. But I definitely got to do some more one-handed video practice at home. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited to see you in one-handed. What are you hoping for the competition?
I would like to podium. I've got a very good chance at podium. So it's kind of just do my best out there, and it should be good. I have a pretty good chance at a national title. It's pretty much me and Max Parker are kind of the top two contenders for that. So yeah, we'll see. I'm just trying my best. Yeah.
Excited. All right. Okay.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Oh wait.
Oh yeah,
No,
the scramble. Yeah.
Okay. Let me just.
Okay, one solve. All right, ready?
2, 1, go.
Okay. That was good. Didn't that seat you?
Sorry.